Okay, really quickly. I want to address something that JWill said about the luxury tax and all this other stuff. One, you cannot win a championship if you do not go into the luxury tax. You cannot. Go look at all in NBA history. One of the few times that it was done is because there was such a luxury tax bump when Kevin Durant first got there that they weren't in the luxury tax, or there was such a salary cap bump. We've seen when they re-signed Giannis in Milwaukee, they said we are willing to go into the tax. When LeBron James was in Cleveland, they were way into the tax. I saw Josh Kroenke, my guy, who's having an amazing run. His team is with the Avs. They just won the Super Bowl. He beat me in the fantasy football league. This man sat on the podium and was talking about Nikola Jokic and says that this is our time to win a championship and we are willing to go into the tax. So anyone that's trying to say that the Warriors have bought their championship or this, no, they paid their players and they know that in order to win a championship, you have to go into the tax. So let's eliminate that conversation about buying a championship. Now, number two, is this going to be his most significant? Damn right it's going to be his most significant. Yes, your first one, there's nothing like your first time, all that other stuff, but we all have all of the narrative that went along with that. LeBron James almost won a finals MVP because he was the most dominant player in this. One of the things that's missing from Steph Curry is a finals MVP because why? One, he was the second best player on two of those championship teams. And the first one, he played well, but it was still such a dominant force and their team was just getting to where they needed to be in 15. So when I look at this one, there's always one championship that you can point to, right? There's one that you can point to. For LeBron James, it was his championship in Cleveland because everyone wanted to say, oh, you went down to Miami. And you got Anthony Davis in LA and as a bubble championship. There is not one thing that anyone can do to question his championship in Cleveland. And for Steph Curry, this is that time. This is his Cleveland championship where he can lead a team with Klay coming back after missing 2 years, Draymond struggling, all the things that Stephen A said. There is not one thing that you can be critical of this Golden State Warriors team and this run. This is his most significant one by far, and it's not even close.
That's fine. Can I ask you guys about the question? I mean, I know Andre Iguodala got finals MVP, but do we have any question who the best player on the championship team was in 2015?
No.
So, I know the media is making this whole thing, and certain people are doubling down on he's never gotten finals MVP because he didn't get voted on the correct way. But let's not act like he wasn't the guy on the world championship team that actually won in 2015.
Well, LeBron James had 5 votes. LeBron James had 5 of the 11 votes that year. LeBron James almost won it. So he was probably third in voting in that finals.
Let me say this to you. As phenomenal as LeBron James were, I ain't down with that MVP when you lose. MVP, I'm not the hell with all that. I don't give a damn that Jerry West once did it. Damn it, it was wrong for them to give it to him, okay? I don't care, and I love me some Jerry West. The bottom line is, if you don't win the chip, you can't be the MVP of the championship round, period. You ain't getting up. You ain't getting up. So the 5 people who did vote for LeBron, shame on you. And that's no shade on LeBron, who was phenomenal. But you got to close. And if you don't, I don't believe in that. You ain't the MVP if you the runner-up. That ain't happening. That's like the runner-up hosting the trophy. No, you don't get to do that. You didn't win. And it's just that simple. And in terms of Steph Curry, I get it. He was the best team. He was the best player on that team. He should have got, one could easily argue, he should have got the MVP instead of Iguodala. The point is, who were you going against? Kyrie was hurt. Kevin Love was hurt.
Understood.
This championship right here, Jason Tatum healthy. Jaylen Brown's healthy. Marcus Smart is healthy. And the defense is top rated. And the brother was averaging 34 on 50% shooting and 49% from three-point range before Game 5. I can't ignore what we see him do and his performance in Game 4. That just iced it. 43, 7 of 14 shooting. 14 to 26 from the field. That just iced it.
Well, and Stephen A., the last thing I'll say about this is that when you look at a person's legacy, right, and I know Steph Curry, if you were to ever see this, would chuckle at it. When you look at after they won in 15, but you talk about all of those things, no Kyrie, no Kevin Love, all of these things, and then they lost in 16. So you win in 15 against a depleted team, and you're like, well, look, we're going to run it back. And then you lose in epic fashion. I'm not knocking them. You lose in historic fashion in 16. Then you get Kevin Durant and win 2 more. Obviously, 15, I don't want to say, like, you look at 15 differently because they come back and you go against a fully healthy Cavs team and then you lose.
So
then that's what makes people question 15.
Every year there are injuries in the playoffs. I mean, if you're making that case for Golden State to get here in the first place, you're playing against Denver that didn't have two of his stars.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.